Something that I can sort of really relate to is mid-career. It's probably a space that I personally am in at the moment. And it's important to sort of try to raise the awareness for clients or prospective clients, some important things that they need to start thinking about. As we all know, the government's changing the rules all the time. We might be 100 before we get the age pension for people in this sort of age group. You've got a lot of demands. You might have children, mortgages, your career may be developing, and sort of putting plans into place to make sure that, first of all, you protect your lifestyle. What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? Making sure that sort of you've got plans in place to make sure you get there. So mid-career sort of things that we need to start focusing on is, if you do have extra cash flow, what are ways that we can invest that money for you, that you might access before you actually retire and do some important things that are important for you, making sure that you're financially protected. A lot of people sort of, when you're a bit younger, think I'm bulletproof, nothing's ever going to happen to me. All of a sudden, you've got all these responsibilities. So you might be you've got, children or elderly parents that you might also be, looking after. It's sort of, if something happens to you, what's the backup plan?
Mid-career is clients who typically have a couple of kids, potentially, or you might even still be single, but you've purchased your first house, you're midway through paying it off, your earning potential is just you're really starting to see that, it's starting to rise, and it's ensuring that your foundation is rock solid. So making sure that your super is on track, whether that's making sure it's being invested properly, that you're maximising your potential there from a contribution point of view. So you're making sure that you're reducing your taxable income by salary sacrificing. It's also making sure that you've got adequate life insurance and income protection in place, because mid-career is really the most important time for you. It's making sure that because you're just starting to see the earning potential rise, and that's the last time you'd really want something to happen to you to stop that earning potential.
There's lots of things that we can look at this stage, and it's not that you have to have huge amounts of money. It's sometimes just those little amounts. It's sort of putting some small strategies in place that are going to really see you in a far stronger position in the next 5 to 10 years, and to give you choices. I reckon that's what financial planning is all about, giving you choices. I'd hate to be, approaching 55, 60 and thinking, I should have done something 10, 15 years earlier. Now I'm sort of stuck with, with what I have, and my choices are limited. And that could be, like, do I want to start winding down? Like, maybe I don't want to work full-time and I want to work part-time. Or, I want to go on an overseas trip, but I haven't been able to save that money for that. Or my child's now looking to get married or wants to do something or buy their first home, and I want to help them out. So for me, financial planning, bring it down to giving people choices.